So now let's see the part C of the question, which is a bit different, lot different, as we can see three things in proportion rather, because there is more than two ratio. 1 upon 7 is to 1 upon 21 is to 1 upon 49. So that will be called as proportion. Means in standard form, if we say, we can say that it is A is to B is to C. So as discussed in the class also, that this is relating to the concept which is known as continued proportion, because two ratio are in continuation, and when two ratios are compared with each other, means having what ratio with each other, ratio of ratios, then it gets the name proportion. So we also see it as A is to B first ratio is to C is to D. So this represents the ideal one, means two ratios being compared with one another, means their proportion with each other. But here we are having a 3-1 ABC continued proportion, where we also discuss that these members which are at the extreme positions are called as extreme values or proportion, and the one which is in the middle connecting the two is called as mean proportion, which is B over here. So again there comes a relation between the two, because if we see them as ratio, it is the statement is the meaning is coming out in this manner: A is to B means A upon B, and B is to C means B upon C, and as they are in continuation, so it is going to be equal, wherein if B is having same value, which will be there in the question itself sometimes, but at times it can be different also. In that situation we need to make it same. So if the B is having same value, then by cross multiplication we can also find a relation in this manner, that A into C AC is going to be equal to B into B, B square. So B square is equals to AC, so we can calculate B. If in situation B is not given, there may be questions made and based on this as well. So wherein B can be found by doing the square root of the product of extreme values, that is A and C. So all these are important things which you should note down by pause, making the video to pause, and then you can play further to understand the things. So I'm going to continue, add up to this, that coming to our situation, our question, where we are having the numbers as 1 upon 7. 1 upon 7. Let me specify again that this is part C, which means ignore A, B and D portion. We are discussing regarding the solution of part C. So 1 upon 7 is to 1 upon 21 is to 1 upon 49. And in such situations, we can do what? As it is not in a standard form, as we can see, instead of whole number we are having fractions at the place of A, B and C. where usually if you'll see in ratio 27 is to 36, so we are having whole numbers. 6.5 is to 13, again 6.5 is not in whole numbers, so we convert it by adjusting 0, and then 65 130 were whole numbers. So the ratio should be using whole numbers to give a better idea. In order to convert them into whole numbers, as we are having three fractions, so if we check the denominator, 7, 21 and 49. 7, 21 and 49. So 7 is like 7 into 1, right? 21 can be written as 7 into 3, and 49 can be written as 7 into 7. Now, which means what? If we find the LCM, least common multiple, or lowest common multiple. And why we are going in this direction? Because we need to find a number, so that a common number, so that if you multiply the entire proportion by that number, so the proportion will be still same, unaffected. So that can be done, and it would be better to do by a multiple and common multiple, which can be simplified by all three numbers, 7, 21 and 49. So what does the concept of LCM says? That common factor is going to be there, and rather its higher power will be considered, so 7 square, and other number will also be there. So other factors are 3 and 1, so 3 is important, which means 7 into 7 into 3 is the LCM. So we should multiply by this number. Now the number as a single value is of less importance over here, rather the process is more important. So coming to that, sticking to that, we have known in the process that 7 into 7 into 3 is going to be the LCM, and then we are going to multiply all the values by this LCM, which is 7 square into 3, and you can find that number, you can multiply it, but doing in this way will just save your time. So with the concern that during exam you have to check for the time as well, proper time management, smarter calculations, so we can avoid the unnecessary calculations and reach to our solutions, giving appropriate time to a particular question, neither more nor less. So now if we simplify, we can see that this 7 will cancel one of the powers of the 7. Here we will see that one of the power of 7 and along with 3 will give you 21, and 21 will be cancelled. And this side 7 is square is 49, so it will cancel 49. So the first value means extreme values, 7 into 3, we get 21. The mean proportion is, the number which is left is 7, and the last value at the place of C we are getting is 3. So in simplest form, our ratio is running in this manner, 21 ratio 7 ratio 3. So by this way of representation, anyone would get clear idea that if 21 plus 10, 31 objects are there, then 21 is with the first one, 7 is with the second one, and 3 is with the third one. Whereas if we see this ratio, it is also saying the same thing, this proportion, sorry, that 1 upon 7 is with one, 1 upon 21 is with the other, and 1 upon 49, the least, is with the third. But as a fraction, the meaning is not coming out clearly. So in order to make it simpler to understand, that is what simplest form is, we can go by this process. And again, there can be other methods as well to do it. And as I always mention, this is one of the method out of all those methods which I felt comfortable and to discuss with you. I felt it important, so I have discussed.